This guy just yelled in the street, Trump 2024. What makes you love Donald Trump?
I mean, if you're truly a patriotic American, how could you not love Donald Trump? If you actually are somebody that does your research and your due diligence as opposed to being pushed by somebody else's propagandist talking points, how could you hate Donald Trump? He's the most popular businessman in American history. If you wanted a movie to be popular throughout all of before 2016, who has the most cameos? Everybody here saw Home Alone. Who was in that movie? Donald Trump. I find it funny that as soon as he became a Republican, he became racist. But name me that racist that won an NAACP award. I'll wait. The NAACP was given a daggone place in Trump's building and the Rainbow Coalition. I don't see a racist doing anything for black people. And the last time I checked, every time there was a presidency, the HBCUs had to come to the president for money. Trump asked them, why you keep coming to me? Come 10 years. I'm not mistaken. He was called racist for calling the daggone Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, AOC, and Ayanna Pressley, the Hamas caucus. Who are we dealing with right now? Aren't we dealing with Hamas? Aren't they supporting Hamas? So he was racist for calling them what the hell they ended up coming out showing you with their own daggone actions? Didn't we have peace around the world when Trump was in office? Why are we in war right now? Oh, and for that daggone bill y'all want to keep talking about the border, so y'all were okay with y'all were okay with the administration giving $60 billion to Ukraine so they can put 1,500 at the border. So that's worth that. And here's something else deeper for you to think about. Didn't they leave millions and millions of guns in Afghanistan unguarded and unattended and left the country directly after that Xi Jinping and Putin came down and gave them legitimacy? Okay, well, what happens after that? Oh, didn't Biden give Putin access to a gas pipeline? And then directly after that, he went to war with Ukraine? And then was it a coincidence that one of our basketball stars got locked up in Russia and we traded her for Victor Boot? I mean, everybody in America has seen that on Lord of War. So we traded the Lord of War for Brittany Griner with a whole bunch of unattended guns in Afghanistan. That's what you voted for. That's better than Trump. You need to wake up, bro.
He hasn't voted yet. He's undecided right now. Actually.
If you're undecided, what are you listening to? If you're undecided, what are you listening to? If you're undecided, that means you're being propagated. Because you're a man. And long as you've been living, haven't you always been told a man has to make a choice? He can't straddle a fence? That's your shame. I'm not shaming you. I'm reminding you of what a man is. A man can't straddle a fence. He has to make a choice. So as the man that you are, you have to be mad at yourself that, damn, I ain't made a choice yet. What's wrong with me? It ain't the information. Even if I got more respect for biases, at least they make a damn choice. Don't straddle a fence. That's what, no disrespect intended. Women have every right to straddle fences. They're mental creatures. We're physical creatures. We're simple-minded. There's no complexity to us. So anytime you straddle a fence, you're making something simple complex in the view of a manhood. Because we don't think that deep. When we think deep, what we do? We not moving. We always moving. Because we don't have to think. What was Adam's first job? To name everything in existence. You think God downloaded him a list? Book of Eli. It was all in him. Birds, trees, rocks. We don't think. That's what Eve came around for. Because once we had everything done, what happened? We started touching ourselves. And then all of a sudden our body changed and we freaked out. Didn't know what to do. That's why Eve was created. Here, I'll give you this. She'll help that go down. I ain't even had to go into no details about what it was I was saying. Everybody got it. But still, once something changes that we have to think about, we're stop moving. How many times have you been around your woman, female counterpart, family member female, and you, oh my God, I don't know what it is I'm supposed to be doing. What ain't you supposed to be? Got it. And now you back on moving. Because they're mental creatures, we're physical creatures. You got to make a decision. And at the end of the day, race ain't what it's about.
Yeah, no, I don't advocate or I don't entertain the idea of just voting for Kamala just because she's black.
She's not black.
Yeah, she's not black, so it's...
The fact of the matter that they're pushing her as the first black woman president. And she's not black. And then they're trying to shame people for daggone revealing that she's not black. She gave $26 billion to the South Asian and Indian community in this year alone. On record saying, I'm not going to do something just that's going to benefit black people. No, but you're black. Name somebody that's ever said that about their people. I'll wait. You ain't never heard nobody in any position of power say, I'm not just going to do something just going to benefit my people. You ain't never heard nobody say that. You won't hear them say that because they don't want you to know that they're going to do something for their people. So, you sitting in interviews with Mindy Kaling, and ain't nobody going to ever call Mindy Kaling black. And she looked like half of my family. So if Mindy Kaling looked like half your family, how in the hell is you black?
Interesting, right?
Your daddy claimed to be Irish.
Sir, what's your name?
Shelby Lumpkin.
Shelby, would you want to come with us, find a Kamala supporter, and do a little debate?
Because this man, this guy's a homie right here. He just pulled up. He was watching the stream. He's like shook. He's like, wait, what just happened?
We'll have you debate a real
great guy right here.
Well, that's the only thing that's going to happen is they're gonna use platitudes,
probably wrong.
Talking points, and try to get violent.
What did you think about what he was saying though?
I won't argue with anything that he's saying.
I will have some things coming soon.
Still, is it still a tough decision as to who you're going to vote for? Because you're undecided, and
I'm undecided.
You shouldn't be because look how you living. You wasn't living like that 4 years ago. What is there to talk about beyond that? And then let's look at what their first order of business was when they came into office. The first thing they did was put out 90 executive orders to take out what Trump did. The first one was to shut down the XL pipeline. Now, you're a young man, and I can't blame you for this knowledge, but she can relate to what I'm about to say. We've been through a lot of presidencies. We've dealt with a lot of daggone oil issues. It was times when we used to have to get oil from Venezuela, right or wrong.
I remember.
When Trump was in office, not only were we not dependent on foreign oil, we were selling oil. Now we begging daggone Saudi Arabia for oil that they jacking the price up on. That alone should make you not undecided. Because they may want, go ahead.
And one thing too is Harris said she supported everything that Joe Biden has done, and she's not going to do anything different. And like what he said on day one, they took back everything that Trump had done because they didn't like him. It's like, why don't you care more about America than not liking a person? You know, yeah, than beef. It's like, are we in high school here?
She can remember this. Remember the hostile takeover from Asian business to where we are now?
Yes.
We didn't have cubicles before the Asian takeover. So in the 80s and 90s, weren't we saying, don't you care more about America than the money that a foreign country is giving you?
Yep.
We've been down this road before.
Yep.
This is just a repeat in a new form and new facet.
And history repeats itself.
If you
don't do anything different. And we need to do something different.
Laura Trump was just on the Breakfast Club, and she just spoke on going down to Arizona, down to the border. You will hear platitudes of them saying that Donald Trump built 5 miles of wall. He built 500 miles of wall, and they stopped him. Now, you look at where he stopped. They still got the materials laying right there on the ground from where they stopped building the wall with daggone illegals walking right over top of that park. It cost us $2 million a day to not build the wall.
You've probably seen that on his channel, right?
Have you ever seen on my YouTube channel? I've shown videos of people just walking through the border. I'm not sure if you've ever seen that.
No.
Yeah, people just like come right on across America.
And not one person.
And they don't get detained. They just like go to an area.
Catch and release.
They catch and release them. The Border Patrol picks them up, and they like chauffeur them to the immigration facility where they get released onto the streets. So it's like kind of crazy. And so.
Well, it's been easier for immigrants to come across the country now, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
All they have to do
is walk across.
But see, here's the
the thing is,
that.
they pay the cartel.
Which illegal do you like? Above ground or below ground? You don't know what that means, do you? That's why we need the border, because you can't stop them from coming over. They got pipelines and tunnels that go underneath the border. Those are the ones that hide in plain eyesight, try to learn to speak English, and try to lay low underneath the radar so they're not detected. Them ones that's coming across the Rio Grande, they don't give a damn about you, your family, what the hell goes on here, our traditions, what we've worked for as a country. When I say as a country, your skin, his skin, everybody that's ever migrated here. This is the reason why this is a great place, because people bring their culture and proudly share it with us, and bring the cultures together. This is the melting pot of the world. And now you're bringing in everybody that hates us in to destroy us from the inside.
So would you say you're advocating for multiculturalism, or
No.
no?
I'll be honest, 100% honest, I don't think it should be any more than 10 races here. Because here's the biggest thing. Look at Venezuela. Look at the Venezuelan gangs. Look at the Haitians.
They're here.
You can't bring people here without ingratiating them into your society. You don't just open up a damn door and let people come in that are savages.
To your house.
You don't do that where you live at. So the dudes is down there breaking up stuff on the street, selling drugs on the corner, have no class, home training, or even table manners. You gonna open your door and let them in, eat and break bread with them? No, you won't. You lock your doors because of them. But now you're gonna open the border to those very same foreign people and then say that you're racist for doing it? Bro, we got over 300-something daggone people that's on the daggone terror watch list across the border right now, and they've been caught and released.
Yeah,
Donald Trump ended ISIS.
It went away.
We didn't even talk about ISIS anymore. They just caught an ISIS member recently.
They're coming back.
How in the hell is Donald Trump a threat to democracy when they letting terrorists in the country?
Is it true?
And then on top of it, for all the struggles you got, them Democrats been giving the daggone illegals a card that has $10,000 in cash, $5,000 in food stamps, putting them up in hotels while we got veterans on the street that don't have nothing to eat and nowhere to live. What are you undecided about?
That's a fact.
Yeah, what are you undecided about?
They haven't promised anything for black people, man. Like, it's
Bullshit.
what are we voting for?
Excuse my lack of terminology. I went viral on TikTok because of what you just said.
Okay.
Ice Cube went to Donald Trump and Biden with the daggone contract for Black America. Trump created something called the Platinum Plan. $500 million to the black community. But they went the other way. And I'll give you something else even better than that. $487 million to this count right now spent on illegals. They go to $500. $500 million was promised to you by Trump that Biden spent on illegals. What you undecided about? The lies you've been told? The truth you don't want to look for? Do you realize the majority of all media is Democrat? How you going to hear something from the other side if you only listen to one side? I could have sworn there was 3 sides to the story. Yours, mine, and the truth. Well, if you're watching nothing but Democratic damn TV, what side are you getting? One? So when you was in school, when you was a kid, nobody wanted to hear your side. Was that fair? That's what you're doing right now. You be in the administration towards your kid's self. I don't want to hear the other side. I just want to hear this right here. Bro, your life was better underneath of Trump. I hated to say it this way, but men don't go by what they hear. They go by what they see. Well, no, yeah, we go by what we see. That's why women wear makeup and why we tell lies. They go off of what they hear. We go off of what we see. We're visual. What the hell are you blinded by? Your life has been hardened in 4 years. And you let the people that made your life hard tell you that the previous 4 years that were great didn't exist and can't be replicated by the person that did it? Are you really that daggone scared? Because I can't call you stupid. That's fear-mongering. Because fear is one of the daggone most motivating things in life. The human condition is to avoid pain at all costs. And fear of pain, gonna push that. So I ain't gonna call you dumb. I'm gonna call you being misled. Because they done propagated so much fear-mongering into you that you're going along with their platitudes. Look how many times you see people that don't look like you walk past your ass in your goddamn country, in your neighborhood, like you don't fucking belong there. That wasn't happening underneath of Trump. I served this country in the army. I'm homeless. You got people that just came across the border last week. They got a full place to stay, $10,000 in cash and $5,000 in food stamps. That's what I served my country for? I'm literally here right now for a gun charge that didn't get thrown out. That's what I served my country for? You goddamn right I'm voting for Trump. Because the last time I checked, Biden said you ain't black if you don't vote for him. That's not racist.
He did say that.
He did say that.
He said y'all about to be back put back in chains. He said put back in chains. You ain't never heard Donald Trump say nothing bad black. Anytime he say something, so the daggone people that interview him can say, what are black jobs? And then when he say black jobs, it's racist. So everybody else can say black jobs but Trump. You don't see that as bullshit?
Yeah, yeah.
Did he teach you anything?
Huh? He taught me a lot.
Teach you anything?
There was I see how you advocate for Trump. I do.
I'm gonna give you another thing. You ever seen the TV show Leverage? Damn, you missed out on a good show. They were working as a team. Like, you had a thief, you had a hacker, you had a daggone grifter, but they always had earbuds in that you couldn't see, so they could communicate with each other. The reason I brought that up, you ain't never noticed that every time Kamala's on TV, she got the same goddamn earrings on. Yeah. Not paying close enough attention. Sometimes it's only one. What woman wear one earring? Women are self-deluded, got self-esteem issues. It's a matter of how much, but all of them got it. You gonna tell me with always worrying about how they look, she gonna actually come on TV with one goddamn earring? You got people that gonna do your makeup and hair. Nobody told you this? No, it's because it's a fucking earpiece. It's not fucking earrings. She got somebody talking to her. Yeah. She uses teleprompters. They just roasted Trump. He come walking up and he's like, hey, man, y'all got a teleprompter in here? He was like, yeah, only the comedians using it. He's like, man, I don't use teleprompters. Trump up that joint talking straight up. Now, she goes on Fox News. She can't even answer goddamn questions because she's running over top of Brett Baer because she listening to what's going on in her ear, constantly talking and not even realizing he's asking her a question.
And they waved her off. They said, let's stop this interview.
Waved him twice. They trying to get her off the stage and she's constantly bumping her gums. Don't even know what's going on. That's who you want to lead your country? And then number two, with that being said, do you care about foreign affairs at all?
No, what's up?
Foreign affairs is what we have to deal with outside of this nation. How we have to have handshaking and general daggone order amongst how we deal with other countries and how they deal with us. With that being said, so you're just going to ignore the fact of the matter that we have a big amount of countries that have power and influence that don't recognize females? So you're just going to force on everybody in the world women in power. Bro, over in Iraq, it was either Iraq, Saudi Arabia, or Afghanistan. They changed the law in a liberal manner and gave women the ability to drive. I promise you, every man that got released from jail after that, when they stepped to the street, was like, oh my, stifle Allah, and fucking passed out and died. Women are second-class citizens in those daggone areas. So what you think gonna happen when you put this woman in front of them to daggone deal with some foreign policy? You think they're gonna listen to her or they're gonna turn their back? I can show you a video right now of a Taliban member talking to us. They had a female senator speak to him. He would not look her way. He's looking down, and I feel sorry for your country. So you putting her up there is going to guarantee that we have daggone conflict internationally with at least 5 countries that we actually have to deal with. I don't give a damn how you feel about Iran. I don't give a damn how you feel about Saudi Arabia. I don't give a fuck how you feel about Iraq. They ain't respecting no female. So, ain't those some of the most warring countries? So you're going to put somebody in office that's going to piss off the most warring countries. That's smart. That's real smart. Nah, bro. And then, for all of that threat to democracy.
Yeah, what do you think about when they say Donald Trump's a threat to democracy?
About to answer that right now. The threat to democracy is why you should not be undecided. Your democracy's already been threatened. When they fucking filed them charges on him. He's a former president. They went through every aspect of trying to go through gray area to try to get him locked up. And then on top of it, when have you ever seen somebody get given a nomination? She dropped out in 2020. She was the first candidate to drop out. She had 4%. Nobody wanted her. They say daggone Joe Biden is incompetent and can't run for office, but yet can still run the country. And then implement her as the candidate because of why? Not because of anything other than the money. Because if they would have went ahead and got other candidates to go ahead and try to come up, like how you would do a daggone vote to try to take out a mayor or something, now all of that money that was raised in the campaign You can't use it because it was for Biden's campaign.
And why do you think they surprisingly just selected Kamala Harris to become the Democratic nominee?
Because of exactly that. Because she was his running mate. So because she's his running mate in the running of what is it? Re-election, trying to get a second term. Okay, well, him bowing out, we have a check and balance for that. That's the reason why they never wanted Kamala in there. And then after Pelosi got ousted out, they really didn't want Kamala in because what happens? You kick Kamala out. Now Pelosi's the vice president. Pelosi got all the power. You know what's gonna happen to Kamala after Pelosi get in there? They're gonna kick her ass out, and then Pelosi becomes your goddamn president. So once Johnson got into office, like, oh, now that plan's scrapped. Why do you think they're so fearful of Kamala? Because they know she's incompetent. The reason they implemented her was because that $1 billion in that campaign fund would have been wasted if they would have got another candidate. They would have had to start the funding over, and there was no time for that. So your democracy was already stripped when they made you have her as a candidate that you never wanted 5 years ago.
Facts, dude.
There's nothing to be undecided about. You just don't want to be separated from your family and friends. It's part of the reason why I was suicidal today. Everybody didn't turn their back on me. My mother called me a deplorable. She don't fucking speak like that.
Hey, I got your back now, brother. You got a friend in me. What were you gonna say?
I don't really I don't really care, what my friends or family vote for. It's not really.
I'm not talking about who they vote for. I don't give a damn who anybody votes for. But I do give a damn about turning your back on somebody because of who they vote for. This is somebody that you loved all of your life. And now because you suffer from TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, now you're ousting people out of your life for hate for somebody else? If that's not Nazi kind of daggone activity, I don't know what is. I didn't witness the black man share love amongst the Ku Klux Klan and convert 200 Klan members out the Klan. Guy come on the daggone podium and said, man, look, I don't even want to talk to y'all no more. I'm much rather talk to this black man because at least he listened.
Wait, say it again?
Yeah, a Klan member at a Klan rally. Shame the whole Klan. I can't deal with y'all no more. I'm much rather talk to this black man because at least he listened. I can show you the video.
Was this at a Democratic?
No, this was at a literal Ku Klux Klan rally. He brought them.
Aside from presidential.
Yeah, this is just showing you how love defeats hate. So when hate is strong to that level, how do you overlook it? They're making him out to be the separatist. But underneath of his administration, people without a high school diploma, people that could barely speak English, had most money and the most jobs they've ever had in American history. Right now, everybody out here struggling. They told you they was going to raise the daggone minimum wage, and you got excited. Trump said he ain't going to do it because it ain't going to work. Well, who was right? Because that $15 an hour did what? Kicked all of y'all asses up out of goddamn Walmart. Ain't no daggone cashiers no more. Automated. Everywhere. Soon as that 15 hit. And for that Kamala Harris bullshit ass $25,000, do you really understand how business works? What you think gonna happen in the housing market? Oh, you got an extra $25,000, my price just went up $25,000.
100,000 even, probably.
Bro, it's a market of capitalism. Gentrification is a socialistic propaganda piece made by way of capitalism. Ain't no such thing as gentrification.
So do you trust Kamala Harris if she is elected?
If Kamala Harris is elected, we will have a civil war. It says in the Constitution, when your government is acting in a tyrannical way, it is your responsibility to overthrow it. We have never been pushed this far. If she gets daggone nominated, January 6th was fixed. That wasn't real. Like, people forget that we got Venezuelans that are Nazis coming over the border because people forget about world history. We killed all of the Nazis except for what? 10,000. And those 10,000 soldiers took the money and the gold from the Jews that they stole in the Holocaust, and they went all the way down and bought land in Venezuela. Why in the hell you think we got Venezuelan gangs up here doing all kinds of shit? Who in the hell you think got them here? The Nazis. And they trying to pimp Trump off as being what the hell it is that they are. See, when I was growing up just like her, there was only one thing in the world that was the scariest shit to the ears of an American. And we will attack the street when we hear it. She know what I'm talking about. Communists. Soon as you hear where the commie at? Where the commies at? You look around you. Who responded to me saying commie just now? You've been brainwashed. They here now, over top of your goddamn border. They here now in your goddamn government. They shaming you for not doing what the hell it is that they want. Where's Ilhan Omar from? She's from Somalia. That's one of the most crooked countries in the damn world. Rashida Tlaib, she Palestinian. They don't even fucking exist. Why are people talking about Palestine? Israel has always been our ally. So now we're going to take up the daggone ops of our ally and then fight amongst ourselves over their war? Shoot, for all of that, you can kick all the Hebrew Israelites out this country for all I'm concerned. For all the respect I got for all nations. If you're an Israelite, why in the fuck you not over Israel helping them?
Wow, we've had a great discussion here. And
let me ask you this: What do you think would be best for, African descendants? How going for this election? How can we build together our resources? And
this is the one place where I do straddle, because I have Native American blood, and I'm a direct descendant of Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman, that family was married to an African king by the name of King Tubman. That's where the last name Tubman comes from. So I do have lineage from Africa by way of marriage. But at the end of the day, when it comes to brown and black, and by that I mean African and American, Africans need to be more gracious towards the American brethren, because it's not the black man that has the daggone issue with the African. It's the African that has an issue with the black man, constantly looking down upon us, saying that you have more resources and opportunities than we have that you don't take advantage of. But you don't never hear them hearing that from the daggone tribes that live lesser than them. Them tribes that ain't socialized, ain't coming up to their social area talking about, you don't take advantage of the opportunities that we don't have. So the African needs to be more ingratiated with what he does here, as well as be more thankful for the Social Security benefits that you get, the loans that you get to get businesses, that the natural black man from here don't get. And as far as all of this political speak that we talking about and voting, let's talk some turkey that ain't nobody talking about that I've been trying to send to Trump's campaign, like he did for the HBCUs. For all of that voting concern that you have, do you realize that every 50 years we got to beg America for our right to vote as black people? Because it still says in the Constitution that we only 3/5 of man. They didn't take it out, just put a line through it. You want to talk about some shit, talk about that we still got to go get for our vote every 50 years. But yet they trying to give daggone illegals the ability to vote without ID.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a lot you don't know because they're not going to tell you that bullshit. All of this voting that we talking about, disenfranchising the vote, they not reminding you. The clock ticking. And the next couple of administrations, they're going to have to vote on whether or not you can vote. They already trying to replace you with foreigners. So what's going to happen when you put Kamala Harris and all of them in office and keep them in office? Because the reason why it's going to be a civil war if she gets in the daggone office, they're going to do everything they can to make sure there's no more elections. Do you know right now that all of these daggone illegals that have crossed the border, they were systematically placed? Every swing state has a 700% increase in illegals. 2 weeks ago, Governor Newsom out California. That's the test subject for everything in America liberal.
You can watch all that on his channel too.
He just passed a law in California that said it's illegal for ID in any election in California. You get Kamala in here, they're going to pass that to every Democratic state. Why do you think people are going out of their way to vote for Trump in these swing states? Have you seen the polls? He is leading in every swing state. That's never happened in history. Because people are scared. Because they know what the hell's coming. They're at the gate. They ain't knocking. It's Braveheart right now. They standing there with their hand up. Wait! Wait! If she gets in office, they coming. Because they already here.
Yeah, a lot of what's been going on with illegal immigrants, they are sending them to these swing states. And in these swing states, they're literally decided by nearly anywhere between 10 to 20,000 votes. And so when they send in, we've let in over 12 million, at least 12 million, and then they send them to these swing states. Say they even just send 50,000 of those 12 million to one swing state, they're gonna those people will eventually vote Democratic because they're
providing them everything.
The Democrats are the ones that provide them with that stuff, and then it would make it impossible. Hey, and
that's what I was just arguing with a guy across the street. You just saw some daggone
and then it would make it impossible for these swing states to not become, and then it would make it impossible for these swing states to actually ever vote Republican.
Yep. And when you got all of those swing states voting blue no matter who, you don't have an election.
One-party republic.
It's one-party republic. And see what you just said, republic? They've been telling you that this is a democracy. Bullshit! This ain't never been a democracy. This is a democratic republic. Why in the hell you think you got two parties? They trying to manipulate your think into realizing only one side so they can make that true. This ain't no democracy. It's a democratic republic because every time the Democrats ruin it, it is up to the Republicans to save the nation.
Proven again and again.
All righty, well, great conversation we just had. Any takeaways from that, or are you still undecided?
I'm still undecided.
Still undecided.
You won't have to be because if she wins, you don't have a decision to make because that's the reason why they're in them swing states. You can win all of those reds. But the blue no matter who states plus the swing states means you don't have enough electoral college. That means it's one way. Then only thing they're going to do, filibuster the daggone Supreme Court, add more judges, put enough judges to outweigh the Republicans. Now you never win nothing. It's always going to be what the hell they want over what the hell it is you want. Ain't never been like that here. I don't hate Democrats because that's a check and balance. I'm going to leave you with a daggone quote from an older foreign woman who used to be a modern woman who is now a traditional woman by way of her husband and the teachings that she's gotten here. She used to think that her and her daggone friends were the same. She's a wife with children. They were baby mothers. Her husband used to chew her out all the time. You ain't like them. They different. They ain't got no husband. Okay. She woke up to all of that, and she realizes the difference now, and she put this tidbit out there for everybody to realize. If you are liberal, no, if you're a conservative before 30, you have no heart. But if you're liberal after 30, you have no brain.
Damn.
You all feelings.
Well, that's quite the...
I'm not all feelings. I'm just.
Do
I'm just.
do you know what liberals are called?
What?
Bleeding heart liberals. That's feelings. Cortisone. What if they told you far as policy? Not a goddamn thing. They've been telling you feelings.
Listen. I have not been into politics my whole life.
That's the biggest mistake.
Maybe because of indoctrination, I've been, leaning towards one party more than the other.
I'm not
but,
gonna.
Listen. Let me talk.
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna be mad at you for indoctrination. All of us are indoctrinated to a degree.
Yeah.
Like there's socialism in our daggone capitalistic society. So no, I agree with that to that extent. Continue.
But yeah, with everything that you're saying, I'll definitely feel more. I was given more reason to vote for, say, Trump or Trump. Yeah.
Now, see, the one thing I've always been with my political aspect is that I've never been one-sided because I've never liked being judged a one-sided way. So I was Democrat for like 2 elections, voting Republican. The reason why I became Republican was out of respect for the Democrat Party. If I don't agree with you, why am I hiding behind your border voting for the other side? That's disingenuous and it's disrespectful. So I became over to become a Republican. But if they gave a candidate that was better than Trump, I would vote for him. Like I can't stand Walls. He a piece of shit to me, a shitbag. He lied about going overseas and he didn't. I served. I will never lie about my daggone term of service. That's stolen valor. But he still admitted that daggone J.D. Vance was right at least 3 times in their debate. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I stand for. Just because you're on the other side don't mean I can't admit that you're right. I can't stand Jay-Z, and you've seen a lot of stuff coming out about him now. People call me crazy about this dude. I couldn't stand him forever. But anytime he put out something that was actually worth something or held some context, the hate I have for him is not going to supersede the daggone truth. And that's the only thing I'm asking of Americans today. Fuck your hate. Just like Trump say, fuck your feelings. What about your pockets? What about your life? When you deal with voting and dealing with politics, it's not about how you feel. It's about what's real. I might not like, and this is business. I don't work with a dude that was a full-fledged, flamboyant homosexual. I'm Muslim. We don't deal with that shit. But because of how good he did business, he kept his sexuality outside the job. I kept my hate for his sexuality outside the job. And we got along like peanut butter and jelly making that money. But then as soon as it was time to shut down, get your gay ass away from me, Brian, with that shit.
Well, the great thing is you're going to have this conversation to listen to over again. If you really do have any questions, you can probably come back and rewatch this and listen to what this man said, because he probably spelled out more information than you ever heard.
Like the best person that I could ever have run into, because you have a lot of knowledge, and I'm glad to hear that. I really appreciate that. So
no, I really appreciate your reception.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest problem we have today. It's too much judgment going on from centers that should not be. Well, only thing we need to be judging is that we're judged. Everybody wants to be us. Everybody wants to be here. We need to get along. The saddest thing about being an American is that we unite. But how? We only unite during tragedy, and that shit needs to fucking change.
United States.
Amen. Bomb. Mic drop. Mic drop, not bomb drop.
9/11. Didn't make no difference what color he was. Everybody came together because of our nation being attacked. Well, they Xi Jinping in it. Because Xi Jinping, why do you think they're going to Biden so close with Xi Jinping? They the same race. And they have the highest level of discrimination anywhere. How do you put people against each other that look the same? That's some hard goddamn work. So now you understand why he's so close with him. Now you understand why they let TikTok into our goddamn country. Now you see why Trump was trying to stop it. Because they're pushing their propaganda through TikTok into our goddamn life. And now look at what's going on. You got people out here getting hit by cars, getting killed, because they doing TikTok dances and not paying attention to what the hell going on in life. Doing challenges that's getting them locked up, messed up, dying, sick. Where is that originating from? Did you know that the daggone TikTok in China ain't like ours? They don't see the shit we see.
Very interesting, very interesting. Hey, anything else you'd like to say?
How about you take a chance? If you vote the way you normally would vote.
this is my first time voting. Like,
How old are you?
I'm 21.
See, you got the biggest daggone, you got the biggest rock on your shoulders because I assumed you were one of those my vote don't count folks. And what I was going to say to that, this for the camera, anybody that says their vote don't count is a fucking fool. And here's the proof in it. If your vote didn't count, and I can understand the platitudes and the reasons why a person could give why they feel as though their vote don't count. But here's the reason why that's not true. If your vote didn't count so goddamn much, then why the fuck was they pulling them from underneath the table? Why were they waiting for Republicans to leave the hell out, then pulling out big-ass goddamn trunks of daggone votes to win the election if your vote don't count? If your vote don't mean nothing. If your vote don't mean nothing, why the hell are the Democrats mad at Jill Stein? Because she's like you. Yeah, she's your representative. You said that you were undecided, right? She with the Green Party. Independents. That's why you don't know nothing about her. Because they trying to keep your ears from hearing about an independent daggone, because why them folks take away from them? They don't even like your ass. Jill Stein is an independent. That's what you are pretty much. They shame her. Don't give her no kind of daggone camera time. You don't even know who she is. You didn't know she was running. They made it sound like a two-party race. RFK dropped out because of that shit. And Jill Stein's still out there. You pretty much are a Jill Stein representative. And they show you they don't give a fuck about her. So how much do they care about you?
I seen though that she had like plans for like black liberation and
Kamala?
no, Jill Stein.
Guess what that's called? What? DEI, Slim. That ain't nothing but her daggone propagating for your race. That's identity politics. That's identity politics. I fell for that shit with Obama. But I didn't trust his motherfucking ass because I put two and two together. Like, wait a minute. You wasn't born in this country. I know that for a fact because I know somebody from Hawaii. You know in Hawaii they give you a goddamn birth certificate that says you was there? Even though you ain't there? Yeah. Why do you think so many people that's from foreign nations got Hawaiian birth certificates? Because as soon as you move to Hawaii, they give you a birth certificate like he was born there. So Trump wasn't lying when he said that man wasn't born in America. He was. He was born in Indonesia. His father Kenyan. His mother white. How the fuck is that black? Trump and Elon Musk got, no, Obama and Elon Musk got one thing in common. They both African Americans. Because Obama ain't black. Half his goddamn family is like them. How in the hell half your family white and you black? Where the fuck that's at? Nowhere. He's a mulatto. That means mixed race. It's about time for black people to wake the fuck up and stop trying to act like they goddamn victims with that bullshit ass one drop bullshit. That's a white supremacy teaching. And the proof in it is, who the only motherfuckers accept somebody for one drop? MGK got fucking kids by a black woman. You ever heard him call them white kids? Not never in your goddamn life. Tiger Woods is Asian and black. You ever heard him call himself black? Not never in your goddamn life. Most people that claim they black ain't black. Point blank, period. If your skin is, the brown paper bag test is always real, always prevalent. You too dark to not be black. If you a certain shade, you ain't black. You got white in your family, unless you a fucking albino. That's where all light-skinned people are derived from. Albinoism. The first daggone people that came from the daggone Egyptians, what the hell you think they was? Exile albinos. That's how you got the Asian. What's the closest country to daggone Africa? Or continent? Asia. Who the number one people buying up African land? Asia. Don't that make some kind of damn some sense? You think that's a fucking coincidence? No, those are the first goddamn exiles from civilization. And then you take their civilization, once they started having daggone albinos, kicking their ass out. It goes all the way around the spectrum. That's how we got all these different races we got. If everybody comes from daggone Africa originally, how did you get different races? From albinoism. So if albinoism created different races, then you can't tell me that somebody that lacks melanin is the same as a motherfucker that got it. Point blank, period. That's biology. Ain't got a damn thing to do with race. Black and white ain't even a race. They're not even colors. They're values. Because black and white only exist in this country. Call anybody that's not from this country with white skin white. They're going to say, no, I'm whatever country I'm from. Call anybody black skinned black. No, I'm whatever country I'm from. Black and white ain't even a fucking race. But they made you believe it is. And I'm going to leave you with this last part. Race is not a negative connotation. It's a double entendre. But they keep teaching you the negative side. When you use ist, you are speaking to the speciality of the word. It is a fucking suffix. When one becomes proficient in science, damn, I'm doing the Trump, you become a scientist. When one becomes proficient in piano, you become a pianist. When one loves his race, one is racist. Being racist ain't just a negative connotation. Everybody has tribalism, and that's racist in the loving manner. Racist is when you hate somebody because they're not you. Most black people ain't racist. They're prejudicially biased. Because most black people that don't like somebody, they usually got a reason for it other than just their fucking skin. That's the definition behind black people can't be racist. It ain't a matter of hate. It's a matter of contextual spirituality. Because who is the number one race of people that reach out to every motherfucking body? That's the reason why they all got a goddamn reason why they don't like some fucking body. Black people ain't racist. Can't be. They've been the first motherfuckers to be hated by everybody because they was the first ones to hate people. We hated our own, casted them out. Now we hated by everybody else and cast it out. Sounds like the circle of life to me. Do you realize that you should be fucking thankful for fucking slavery?
I don't know how you got
wow.
This.
Oh my God. You realize every people been enslaved? Every people has been enslaved. Chinaman was enslaved. What the fuck it do for him? Nothing. They life still shit. Slavery made this the greatest nation in the world. And we lead the way. We said enough of slavery. And then everybody else followed suit. So yeah, you need to be fucking thankful for slavery because it showed how strong your people are, how strong this nation is, and how far forward we can go. We teenagers. Everybody else got thousands of years of rich fucking culture and history. We ain't even been around 1,000. And you want to listen to these young motherfuckers talking about something we need to start over? How the fuck is that when we ain't been doing nothing long enough to even deserve a start? Go all the way back to Mighty Ducks. You look at everybody else's nation. They grown. We teenagers. Ain't nothing to start over. We just need to keep pushing.
Wow. Great conversation. I'm excited. You should send me a message on November 6th and let me know who you voted for.
Okay.
I'd be interested to hear. And,
or you can keep it to yourself and just smile when Trump wins. I challenge you to this. If Trump wins, I want you to tell me everything that benefits you that you're not going to deal with. That's what I ask all Democrats. If you don't want Trump in office, okay, well, keep living your life in 2000 what? 24 back to 20? Everything that was going on in them 4 years, live that way. While we living towards everything that's going past that, enjoy the 2020, 2024 shit, and we're going to go ahead with Trump doing a good thing. Hey, mass deportations. Fuck you looking at? And that's my problem. I just had that issue across the street. They just walked right through me. Wow. Didn't say shit. Excuse you? I'm sorry. Yeah, you are. I said, don't worry. Mass deportation's coming. She walked her ass across the street. And then some dude was like, that was rude. She had a child. I said, I don't give a fuck about her kid just like she don't give a fuck about yours. You ain't just see the way she just disrespected our daggone way of life? She just walked through us like it was a daggone chaos, daggone area where it's a free-for-all. Remember what you were saying indoctrination? You know what your first indoctrination was? Remember elementary school? You see which way they walking? Which way we walking? Ain't this the hallway? What you think they did that to her? So you know where to walk. Why you think you got foreigners walking into your ass all the damn time? Because they got free-for-alls where they at. They don't got no damn rules. Who is the most popular people for parking on their lawn? Everybody south of the border. Because they ain't got no streets. So you want to keep letting people in that live a different life than us fuck our life up. That's what you're going to do if you vote the other way. Like, alrighty. California got a daggone app for you to avoid shit. I'm not cussing. I'm literally. They got an app for you to avoid turds on the street.
Yeah, there actually is an app in San Francisco where people will report where human feces on the streets. Hey, well, great conversation here. We're going to let you get back to your day. I actually want to see you, I want to find a raging Kamala supporter on the street and see what happens if
well, I mean, there's plenty of Antifa people walking up and down the street.
So
all them color hair folks.
And hey,
blue, green,
appreciate you coming out, saying what's up. Sure. Thank you so much for watching the channel. I appreciate it.
I'll always continue to support.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. All right, let's go talk to him. Hey, thank you so much for coming out and saying what's up. We appreciate it, and thank you so much for watching the videos.
Just take it, learn whatever you take, man.
Yeah, you got an instant replay on there. All right.
Now do yourself a favor with all of the daggone, all of the, how can I say, legacy media channels that you watch. Check out Fox News along with it. Fox News ain't 100% Republican. They got Democratic stuff on there too, because they disappoint the Republican Party quite often. But Fox News will at least give you another side, and then you can go from there and find other daggone places. Just look at both sides and see how both sides are saying
beautiful.
Things.
End of the conversation.
Just shaking hands.
Shaking hands, talking. Dap it up. Give it a hug. Give it a hug. Come on.
Hey, man, that was a nice firm handshake, man. That was American.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Awesome. Thank you guys, and let's go find a Kamala supporter.
Let it be what it'll be.
Let it be. Yeah. You
Free Sudan, free Congo, free everybody oppressed. Yes, sir.
Sudan don't deserve to be free because they're the most corrupt countries in the damn world. Top 5.
But the people of Sudan do.